Hello everyone and welcome back to part 10 on the how to make a Battlegrounds game series. In this video I'm going to be showing you how to make a dash system, and we're also going to be fixing a lot of bugs that I caused from the previous videos, and we're also going to make this ultimate progress bar. Now this is going to be optional because I'm not going to actually show you how to make the ultimate attacks because I'm not an animator and I'm not a VFX artist. So I'm going to just set up a function that you can choose to use or not if you want to code your own ultimate attacks. And also, this is probably going to be the last part of this series because I think I covered all of the basics that are needed, and I also made it really easy to add new attacks and add new characters. So if you find any attack on YouTube, you can easily implement it into this. And if you guys want me to do a separate tutorial on that, I might do it. So if you guys want that, just let me know and in the comments, and I might do that. And if I do choose to come back to this series, it's going to be either because of bugs that you guys find. So if you guys find bugs, I will 100% come back to this and fix all of them. And maybe I'll add a part, just like I said, where I'm going to show you how to add new stuff to this. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Before this video starts, if you guys want to support me and want to have access to all of my project files, including the one you're watching right now, they will all be available on my Patreon in the $10 tier. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clear the workspace because it looks a little bad right now. So we're just going to remove stuff that we don't need and that is unnecessary. So I'm just going to get rid of all of this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the server script and I'm going to go to handlers and character handler and characters and blade master and hunter. Now, here's what we're going to do. So if I go ahead and enter the character handler and we go to the special attacks, you see that we are requiring the script needed every time that we are using the special attack, and we don't really need to do that because we have a server script out here that loads all the modules into the loaded modules module. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the names of these scripts because we can't have two scripts with the same name as right now we do. So I'm going to change this to the name of the character, and if it has a space, keep the space. So the name of the character and then add an underscore. Then you can select this, including the underscore, and then just rename all of these into the name of the character and underscore the attack number. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to do the same thing here, but this time it's going to be hunter. So I'm going to do that, hunter underscore, and select it. Same thing here, go down, do the same thing for the fourth attack, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter the character handler script, and I'm going down to here, where we are requiring that script. Now, what we can do now is instead of doing this, since we have access to a module.modules, where we are storing all of those loaded modules that we only required once, we're going to do square brackets, and then we're going to add player, we're going to do player character, or dot, and then we're going to add an underscore, then toString and the attack number. So dot, toString and the attack number, which we have out here, and then we will just call the attack function. So dot attack function, and that's also going to take the player as an argument. Okay, so that's what we're going to do for this, and now we're going to make sure that the scripts actually work. So we're going to do that. I'm going to enter blade master 1, and I'm going to go here. Now we have a little problem here, which is that our attack number is just two numbers script.name. And to fix that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do local attack number string, and I'm going to make it equal to string.gsub. And what we're going to do is we're going to give it script.name, so the name of the script, so blade master underscore 1. And then we will just do script dot parent dot name dot and then underscore. Then we're gonna add a comma and empty brackets. So what we're doing is we are just removing blade master underscore from the name of the script. So script.name, we're removing blade master underscore from that. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we'll turn that attack number into a string. So we're gonna do local attack number. The reason why we didn't just do 2 number here, actually I'll explain that later. I'm going to do 2 number and underscore attack number. Actually no, attack number string. So as I said, the reason why we didn't do attack number is because this returns two things, so we can't really put 2 number here. Okay, so now that we have the attack number, what we're gonna do is do dot attacks and then just do square brackets and attack number and do the same thing here. So square brackets, attack number. All right, so that's going to work, I think. So we're going to copy these 2 lines, and then we will just do it for every single one of these attacks. So I'm going to go to attack function, and where are we doing this here? So we're doing it right here, so I'm just going to put it in here. So just do this, paste that in, and then in here where we are doing task.delay and attack data.attacks, we're gonna do attack number and do the same thing here, attack number. Okay, now we're gonna do that exact same thing in here for the third one. So I'm just going to paste that in, copy attack number. I'm not going to copy attack number, I'm just going to keep this copied, and in here I'm going to do attack number and attack number. Okay, do the same thing for the fourth one. In here, attack number, and in here, attack number. Okay, same thing here. Attack number, and do it here, and go to the second one, paste that in. Okay, so I just did that for all of the scripts, and if you want to know how that looks like, here's the fourth one. Actually, I'm going to start from the first one. Here's how that looks like. Here's how the second one looks like. And here's how the third one looks like. And then here's the fourth one. Okay, so now I'm just going to close all of these scripts. And what I want to do is in the remote events, you see Hunter and Blade Master. What I want to do is instead of having the remotes on Blade Master called Hunter-Client and Hunter-Server and Hunter-Client, so we're just going to get rid of the Hunter part. So just do that, get rid of Hunter in the dash client, get rid of that in here, then get rid of that in here, and finally here. Okay, now I'm just going to copy all of these remotes, and I'm going to delete the ones on in the Hunter folder and paste in these that we just copied from the Blade Master. Okay, so we're going to make them work now. So I'm going to just in here, instead of doing Hunter shove client, I'm going to do shove client, and then down here we will do Hunter shove. Instead of Hunter shove server, it's going to be shove server. And then I'm going to go to the I think it's the second script. No, not very sure. Let's see. Okay, it's not the second script. Then it has to be the third one, maybe. And it is not the third one, so it has to be the fourth one. And yes, that is the fourth one. Okay, so just get rid of Hunter dash client and just turn it to dash client. Just remove anything that specifies which character it is. And we're gonna do the exact same thing for the Hunter on the first script. So in here, I'm going to change this to shove client, and go down here and change this to shove server. Now we're gonna go to the fourth one, and we're gonna do the exact same thing. So Hunter dash, just a dash client, and in here dash server. Okay, now we're gonna have to do that on the client. So we're gonna go to start player scripts, client, controllers, character control. No, I think it's in scripts, character attacks, and in here. Okay, so we're gonna go to the first one. We're gonna change this to shove client, and then shove server. Now the same thing here. remove the hunter part and remove the hunter part in here. Okay, now we're gonna go back to the first script on the hunter this time, not the blade master. Or if you flipped it, you can just flip it again. Let's do shove client and shove server. And on the fourth script, dash client. Sorry if this is getting a little too repetitive. And dash server. Okay, so now we're gonna make sure that these scripts work. So I'm going to play the game and see if everything still works fine. I should probably test it with 2 players, which I'm going to do in a bit. But yeah, I'm just making sure that the attacks are actually working. And yes, they are. Okay, this definitely needs an animation. Oh, it does have an animation. It just didn't load at the first time. Okay, so I'm going to remove all these prints because they're getting kind of annoying. So I'm just going to look for print in here. And attacks input controller, we don't need to print cooldown. We do not need to print result. Cooldown hunter, we can just get rid of this. We can just get rid of print blade master. And that's all the prints that we have. Now I'm going to test this with 2 players. And I'll see if it works. And I'll let you guys know if it works or not. Okay, so good news. I tested it with 2 players and everything works. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to add a dash ability. So I'm going to do that right now. And the way I'm going to do that is by going to attacks to the character controller, sorry. And in input begin, we're going to check if input.keycode equals enum.keycode.a.q, sorry, then. And then we're going to call a dash function. So we're going to add a function in here, local function dash. Okay, so then we're going to call the dash function, just like I said. And then we're going to add a dash debounce, and that's going to be set to false. And it's dash debounce, not dash debounce. Okay, and now what we're going to do in this dash function, I think we should probably start by doing the animation, not the dash script. Yeah, that's probably what we should do. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to make a simple dash animation. So just go and choose R6, block avatar from avatar and rig builder. And by this point, you should already know how to do that. And then we're just going to click on this with the animation editor and just make a simple dash animation. I'll show you the one that I made. I'm going to import it from Roblox and dash front. It's this. Okay, that's what it is. It's just a simple dash. And make sure that it lasts as long as you want the dash to last. But if you don't want to do that, then you can just start off by doing the script first. Then you can just mess around with your keyframes later. So it just starts with a keyframe of doing nothing. Then this dash pose. Then another dash pose. And then just end the dash. Okay, so that's the animation. And make sure that you go and click on the 3 dots. Okay, so just make sure that you click on these 3 dots and go to set animation priority and make sure it's action, then publish to Roblox, and then you can just publish it. And once you publish it, let's call it animation dash. Let's call it dash and delete local instances, yes. And then just copy the ID and just paste it somewhere, save it somewhere. I'm going to save it in I'm going to just change the name of this rig to the animation ID, just to have it there. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the scripting. So, what we're going to do is we will, first of all, check if the dash debounce, then we're just going to return and not do anything. Then, if the dash debounce is set to false, then this is going to run, and we're going to set dash debounce to true. Then we're going to get the player's character, so local character equals player.character. Now we're going to check if the player's health is greater than 0, so local humanoid. Look at the humanoid root part equals character, colon wait for child humanoid, or colon find first child humanoid root part, and then local humanoid equals character, colon find first child humanoid. Okay, so we're gonna check if humanoid is not equal to nil, and humanoid root part is not equal to nil. Then we're gonna check if the humanoid's health is greater than 0. Then we should be able to dash. And then we can set the dash debounce to true. That's when you should do that. Okay, so after that, we will make the player dash using a linear velocity. So local linear velocity equals instance.new linear velocity. And then we're going to do linear velocity dot relative to equals enum dot actuator relative to dot world. And then we're going to do linear velocity dot attachment 0 equals humanoid root part dot root attachment. I did a little typo. And then linear velocity dot max force equals, and we're just going to set it to like a big number like that. Or let's just, yeah, 100,000 is good, or maybe even 1,000,000. And then we will just do linear velocity dot parent, and we're going to set the parent the humanoid root part. Okay, so now we need to get the character's look vector. So local look vector equals humanoid root part dot cframe dot look vector. And then we're gonna get the animation. We're gonna load the animation. So we're just going to go here and do a local dash animation ID equals, and just type in your animation ID, which we saved on the rig's name. And then what we're gonna do is, actually there is an easier way of doing this, sorry. Instead of creating a whole new animation, you can just have the animation in this script. Do we have a folder for animations in here? Assets? Okay, no we don't. I guess we can just do it here. So add an animation here, and we're just going to call it dash animation. Actually, if you want to expand on this, I'm going to add a folder, and I'm going to call it animations. And that's where I'm going to put the dash animation. Okay, so in here I'm going to do local animations equals script dot animations, and in here we're going to do local let's just do local dash animation equals character equals humanoid dot animator on load animation, and we're going to load the script or animation, sorry, dot dash animation, and then we're gonna play the dash animation. So dash animation colon play, and then we'll get the player's walk speed. So we're gonna go here and we're gonna do local old walk speed or local original walk speed equals humanoid dot walk speed, and then we can go here and do humanoid dot walk speed equals 0, so that the player is not able to control his character while dashing. Let's do that in here before we even play the attack, before we even play the animation, sorry. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to set the linear velocity's velocity. So linear velocity dot vector velocity, and we're going to set it to vector3 dot new, and we're just going to do look vector dot x comma 0 comma look vector dot z. Okay, now we're going to add a task dot delay 0.3 comma function, and what we're going to do is we're going to set the humanoid's walk speed, humanoid dot walk speed equals, and old walk speed or original walk speed, sorry. And then we're going to destroy the linear velocity colon destroy. And then if you want to wait more, then reset the debounce. So just do task.wait. Maybe every 3 seconds the player will be able to dash. Then I'm going to do dash debounce equals false. Okay, so now I think this is going to work. So let's just test it out and see if it does. I'm going to play the game, and let's see. I spawned in R6, in R15, so I'm going to reset my character. That's just a Roblox bug. I don't think that will happen in games. Let's see. Key is not a valid member. Oh, okay. If input.keycode. What? Keycode. Okay, that's going to work. Alright, let's see. I spawned R6 this time. I'm going to press A, and there's a problem. Load animation requires the asset ID to not be empty. Okay. I did not set the animation's ID, so we're just going to copy it from here and paste it here. And now we don't need this line of code anymore. And now what we can do is also multiply this by how far we want the player to dash. So I'm just going to type in 100, which I forgot to do. That's why the dash was so slow. Okay, this is really annoying. I keep on spawning in R15. So let's reset our characters. And let's press A. And I was able to dash. And the animation didn't load the first time, but that's just Roblox does that. And now, as you can see, it should load. Let's see if I'm able to dash like that. And then maybe an attack. Okay, that's cool. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make sure that you can dash while doing an attack. So let's do that. Okay, so since we already have an is attacking value in the player's values folder, what we're going to do is we're just going to also check or player dot values dot is attacking dot value equals true. Then okay, now we need to make sure that there is that this value actually exists. So I think the better way of doing this would be local is attacking equals player dot values player find first child values find first child is attacking. And in here we can also do and is attacking equals false. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is just check if this actually works. So, and I spawned R15 again for some reason. This is really annoying. Okay, so I respawned. I'm going to try this out, and this nothing works. Nothing is loading. Let's see. Is it? Okay, they were loaded. That just took a while. Okay. So let's try that. Let's do this and press A. Okay, that worked. I wasn't able to dash. And let's see now. Am I able to dash now? I'm still not able to dash. So let's go values is attacking. It's set to false. Let's see. Oh, we have to add a dot value equals false. And I think in here we need to check and is attacking, and in here we can do and is attacking dot value equals false. Then this is going to work. Let's test this one last time, and let's wait for everything to load. And 4 and A. Okay, I wasn't able to dash, but now I am able to dash. Let's do that again. Okay, that works. So what I'm going to do now is show you how to add the ultimate attacks. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make the ultimate attack, the bar that charges. Now, since I'm not an animator or a VFX artist, I'm not going to show you how to like make all of those cool attacks and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the basic system that's based off damage and how much damage you dealt, and the bar is going to reach a certain point. Then I'm going to set up an event where you can do whatever you want. There is a ton of YouTube tutorials on how to do VFX and attacks, and you can just implement it however you want. So that's what I'm going to do. So yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to go, oh, my studio needs to update, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to go here, and let's go to starter GUI, main GUI, attacks, and let's just make one attack frame visible. Where is it? It's in here. Let's do one attack template. Let's make one visible so that we can see what we're doing. And I'm going to add a frame, and I'm going to use the I'm just going to set its size to 0.1, 0, 0.1, 0. So that converts everything to scale. And now if I scale it, it's still going to be converted to scale. So I'm going to make a bar that charges up. So I'm just going to put this in here. And now I'm going to make its background color. So background color and background transparency the same as this. Transparency 0.4. And now I'm going to duplicate this frame and I'm going to put it inside the frame itself again. And I'm going to set its position to 0, 0, 0, 0, and the size to 0.3, 0, 0, 1, 0. And now we can just call this the bar. And this is going to be, let's just call it ultimate. And the next thing we need to do, let's just position this correctly. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to make this color. I'm going to make this red. I'm just going to copy the exact same red from here. And the same transparency. So the transparency is 0.7. And yeah, that's gonna look nice. Is there a way we can make it nicer though? Maybe the transparency? Nope, that's uglier. So let's forget about that. Let's keep it 0.7. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this looks good on mobile. So let's just do that. Where's test device? Okay, that's good. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, well, make the script in for this. So I'll go to server and character handler or profile manager maybe. And I'm going to go to values and I'm going to add a number value. And this number value is going to be called ultimate or ultimate progress. And it's going to be at 0 first. And then I'm going to go back to character handler. Actually, no, I'm going to go to attack hitboxes. I think this is the best way to do this. And what I'm going to do is every time we deal damage, what we need to do is, okay, let's see. So if not, hit humanoid.parent confirm start blocking, else. Okay, so every time this happens, we need to do player dot values dot ultimate progress equals and math dot max. Let's limit it to 100. And then I'm going to do ultimate progress plus and how much damage we dealt. And then we can divide that damage by how much. Let's also add a parenthesis just to make sure this works. Let's do the damage divided by 20. Let's just do a little calculation. So if an attack is doing 20 damage, we divide that by 20. That's going to be 1 added to the ultimate progress bar, which is not enough. So maybe let's just divide that by like 3. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, oh, this should be dot value. So copy that, paste it here. And then we'll just make the bar itself work. So let's go to character controller, attack input controller, selection controller. Okay, so I have an idea. Let's call this, actually, I have to think about this, sorry. I have to think if I need to add a script or if I can just use one of these scripts. Okay, so now that I think about it, I think we should just do it in the attacks input controller. So what I'm going to do is make a reference to the ultimate progress bar. But what I'm going to do is just drag this stack template back to attacks input controller. And then I'm going to change this to ultimate progress bar. And in here, I'm going to do local ultimate progress bar equals main GUI, one wait for child. Let's just do dot ultimate progress bar. Okay, now I'm going to add a function, local function update ultimate progress. And what we're going to do is local progress equals, and we're going to do player, wait for child values, wait for child, and ultimate progress. Okay, so we're going to do tween service, create, and we're going to just go ultimate progress bar, comma, tween info dot new. Let's just do 0.3 enum.easingstyle.sign, and then we're gonna set the size equals udim2.fromScale. We're gonna do progress dot value. We're gonna divide that by 100, which is the max progress, and then we're gonna do 1 on the y-axis, and then we're gonna play this tween. Now I'm going to call this function every time that updates. So in the init function, I'm going to do player, wait for child values, wait for child, what is it called? Ultimate progress, and dot changed, connect function. We're just going to call update ultimate progress, and then we're going to call it as soon as the player joins. So let's just do that, and then I don't think we need the wait for childs here. So let's just do player dot values dot ultimate progress. And I messed up the typing again. Progress. Okay, so let's play the game now and see if this is going to work. And let's see. Okay, it worked. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to set my ultimate's progress to 1, and that changes. Then 50, and let's just go all the way up to 100, and it works. And then back to 1. Okay, so that works. So what we're going to do is now I'm going to set up the event for this. So I'm going to have a module, and I'm going to call it ultimate handler. And maybe we need to put this in character handler. You can put it wherever you want, but I'm going to just keep it here, and I'm going to go to where is it, attack hitboxes. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a variable in here called local ultimate handler, and we're going to do ultimate handler equals module.modules.ultimate handler. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is if the player's okay, let's do if player.values.ultimateProgress.value equals 100, then we're gonna call that event. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to set up a function. So function module dot ultimate, and that's going to take the player maybe and maybe the character, and yeah, I think that's enough. Let's try that out. Let's just print old ultimate, and then we will just do player.values dot, let's just first of all wait. That's dot wait like 5 seconds, and dot values dot ultimate progress dot value equals back to 0. And now I'm going to go to attack hitboxes. So if the ultimate values dot progress dot value equals 100, then we're going to do ultimate handler dot ultimate, and then that's going to take the player and the character. Okay, so we're gonna copy this and we're gonna paste it here, and I'm going to test this out with. Okay, so before we test, there is one slight error, which is if you go to the basic attack handler. Actually, no, what am I saying? If you go to attack hitboxes and go to where we are setting this should be dot value. So just do that, and also the other thing that I forgot to mention is that this should be math.min instead of math.max. So just change both of those to math.min. And another thing that I also forgot to add is this. So when we call the ultimate, we need to check if he is not already in the ultimate. So if not, character colon get attribute ultimate, then character colon set attribute ultimate, and it's just going to be set to true. And now I'm going to add the script everything in here. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is also go to attack hitboxes and not add the ultimate progress unless, so if not character colon get attribute ultimate, then paste that in, and now copy this again and paste it all here. Now we'll go to character handler, ultimate handler, sorry. And after this, we're gonna do character colon set attribute ultimate and nil, so that it gets rid of it. Now if I go and test this in Studio, I'm just going to reset my character, and let's test this. Let's see. Is this going to work? Okay, so we got to 100, and let's see. It didn't really call the function. Actually, it did. We removed the print. I forgot. So let's double check that that works. I'm going to go back to ultimate handler, and this time I'm going to print called ultimate, and I'm going to replay the game and see if this works, and I'll be back. Okay, so I tested it twice and it works, so I guess this is going to be it for today's tutorial. If this helped, make sure to subscribe, like the video, share it with your friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!